Hello my friends, it's Ranger Russ at the Meggs Point Nature Center. Very excited to be bringing another program to you today. And first of all, I want to let everyone know currently the Nature Center is closed. We're not doing any public programs where you can visit, but we are doing many online programs. Tomorrow at 6:30 we have a very special program that's going to be on Facebook Live and YouTube Live simultaneously. So it's like a simulcast, I guess you would call it. That program is going to be about reptiles, and you can see that tomorrow at 6:30 on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Now I'm going to ask everyone out there to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Meggs Point Nature Center's YouTube channel. We need a lot more subscribers. I think we need about 900 more before we can do YouTube Live, which is something that I'm very excited to try doing. YouTube Live as well as Facebook Live. We'll continue to do Facebook Live as well, but we need more people to sign up. So you can't visit the Nature Center, but you can still visit Connecticut State Parks. Yesterday I did a fantastic visit to an absolutely beautiful state park. It blew my mind. It's a tiny little park, currently about 200 acres. It's going to be adding another 400 acres to it. So I'm really excited to see what the trails will look like then. But Mono State Park, I really encourage you, go back and look at it. You can see it on meggspointnaturecenter.org's virtual learning center. Great little park. I'll go there again. I'm going to bring a kayak and get out to that island and kayak all around the island. I can't wait to bring that to you in a program as well. So you can see all of my past programs there. Now today's program I'm really excited about. I've never done a program like this. We've done sort of similar programs, but this is really new. So thank you everyone for shouting out. Please continue to put up where you're from. I like to see that with your questions and comments. You can keep those going the whole time. I'll try and keep up with the questions as we go. I'm sure for this program there are going to be some questions, because today's program is about recycling. It's a complicated program. Now, I don't think it should be as complicated as it is. I've been recycling as long as I can remember. I've always thought recycling was an awesome idea. But it's not easy, and I don't understand why it's so complicated. So we're going to go over some things today and try and make it more simple, try and make it more understandable why some things can be recycled and some things can't. I don't know that I can clarify everything for you. But before we do that, let me give you some statistics. So I have America. How much do we recycle here in America? Unfortunately, I would have to say that we stink, because we get about 34% of our trash is recycled, or our recyclable material is actually recycled. 34%. Now, other countries, Germany, Austria, Wales, and South Korea report between 52 and 56%. They're over 50% recycling. There is no reason that we can't be recycling more than we do. We should be up around 75%. And if we reach that 75% goal, that would be the equivalent of taking 50 million cars off the road. Imagine that, the emissions put out by 50 million cars. That's what we would be saving by just recycling 75% of our waste. Some other statistics. I've got my computer open here. So we recycle about 9% of the recyclable plastic. And that's a big, complicated one. That's why I really have an issue, and we're going to go over some of the issues I have with recycling plastic. 76% of paper products are recycled. That's great. 34% for metals. Again, not good at all. And 26% for glass. I don't get that one at all. Glass is easy to recycle, but unfortunately we're not doing it. And also you can return most glass bottles in most places. You can return them and get money. So not sure why that's not being recycled. Okay, so what we're going to do, I have my trash can. So this is where our trash is going to go, and I have a recycling container right here. We'll put that there. Okay. Let's see, make it so you guys can see those a little bit better. Wrong way. All right, so we're going to be going through some trash, and I happen to have a pile of things here that may or may not be recyclable. Let's start with an easy one. Newspaper. Newspaper is recyclable, 100% recyclable. They use it to make paper, so that can go in our recycling bin. A rubber boot. Now, I'd like to say that we could recycle this. Unfortunately, not recyclable. Now, here's a good time to talk about recycling because different municipalities have different rules for recycling. And some of them may have a tire or rubber recycling portion if you bring it to like a landfill or a transfer station or something like that. They may have a place to separate your materials. Most of the time, though, a rubber boot isn't going to be able to go in with tires. It's a little bit different. So we're going to be putting that one in our trash. And okay, here we go. A tin can. So this is definitely recyclable. All of our tin cans are recyclable. Please rinse them out, but this is recyclable. Why do you want to rinse them out? It's not just to make it easier on the recyclers. It's also to keep animals from going into your recycling bin and trying to get food. And if you look online, you can find videos or photos of an animal with its head stuck in a can like this. Okay, we don't want to see that. We want these things to go recycle. You don't want animals trying to get into your recycling bin. Most recycling bins are like this one. You just put it out by the road like this or bring it to wherever. So if this is outside, an animal can get in there and get it. Here's a tough one. Fishing line. Now, fishing line, there are some places that can recycle fishing line. There's a special way that you recycle it. The monofilament line is a different process than most other recycling, but it's a sort of a specialty recycling item. So in most single stream recycling versus trash, this is going to have to go in the trash. But please keep it contained. Try and secure it in your trash so that it makes it to a recycling or a trash incinerator or wherever it's going and doesn't get out into the environment. We definitely do not like to see fishing line out in the environment. In an upcoming program, I'm going to go through all of these things and talk about the hazards that they cause animals when they're in the wild or in the environment. So keep an eye out for that program. Looks like we have East Haven watching. Very cool. All right, let's do another one here. What do we have? We've got a plastic bag from some bread, okay? Not recyclable, okay? It is a plastic, but it is a non-recyclable plastic, so that's going in there. Aluminum foil, okay? Aluminum foil can be recycled. They ask you, you don't have to clean it out. Apparently, it can have food and things on it, which again, I don't really like because it might attract an animal. Try and clean it off a little bit, but they will take aluminum foil. So that can go in our recycling. So far, my trash can is much more full than my recycling bin. Let's keep going here. Here's a challenging one. Plastic six-pack rings, okay? Now, there are certain types of plastic that are recyclable and some that are not. Usually the low-density polyethylene, which is the plastic that these are made of, is the low-density ones are not as recyclable as the high-density. Now, the way you tell whether something is recyclable is you find the little triangle that has a number on it. And this is my problem with recycling. Is I have to put my glasses on and I still can't find the number. Typically this is number 4 which means it is recyclable. But, where's my can? If it is attached to a can, now it's not recyclable. Okay, they are attached. The recycling system won't be able to separate them, single stream recycling. So mixed materials can't be, you have to separate your materials. Okay, so yes, that can be recycled. Aluminum can, yes, it can be recycled, but you know what? Donate it to your local charity. They can return it for a deposit, and your local charity can make some money. So yes, recycle, but we're going to return that one or donate it. All right, let's keep going. We've got a egg carton. Now, an egg carton, it's cardboard or paper, or is it? I don't know whether I would call it cardboard or paper, but it is recyclable. Okay, so that can go in there. How about an old shirt? You want to get rid of a shirt? You can throw it in the trash. You can donate it to Goodwill if it's in good condition, but you cannot recycle it. Okay, so trash, recycle, it can go in the trash, cannot go in the recycling, but we will put it in for a donation. Okay. Oh, someone reminds me here. I forgot about that. When you get your 6-pack rings, make sure that you cut them up. Okay, they can just break. I'm not going to break this one because we use it for demonstration. But you can just break these apart, break the things, because again, animals will get their heads stuck in there. Okay, and you can find plenty of images online about poor animals that have been trapped by plastic 6-pack rings. So, cut them up and then recycle them. All right, let's see. I think that's the comment that we have there. So thank you everybody for reminding me of that one. I just totally skipped that one. All right, how about a hanger? If you want to get rid of a wooden hanger, right off the bat, I've already given you a clue. Can't be recycled. This is a mixed material. It's wood and metal. This metal, even if you separated it, this metal is not recyclable unless you go to a specialized metal recycling place. Okay. Again, some transfer stations you can separate out metals like this, but mixed material goes in our trash can. How about just a block of wood? So again, many transfer stations, you can run the block of wood up there and they chop it up. They make wood chips out of it, mulch, so you can then go back to your transfer station and get it and use it. They don't typically do that with furniture and things like that. So typically wood or furniture needs to go to the transfer station, but wooden things like this, that's going to go into the trash. It cannot be recycled. Now, I'm going to remind everybody again that each municipality has a little bit different rules, so make sure you keep those in mind. And I see a comment here. Robin says, offer to donate your egg cartons to friends and neighbors who keep laying chickens. Yes, that is a good idea. If you know someone that is raising chickens, they may need egg cartons. I know people that do it, and they're giving a dozen eggs away to different people all the time, so they don't always come back to them. So that's a good way to do it. We actually use egg cartons here for a lot of crafts and things like that. So, but if you can donate something or use it in a different way without it going into either of these, that's a good way to go. All right, let's move on. Glass jar. Again, rinse it out. I also read, though, that it doesn't have to be rinsed out. For some municipalities, they don't care. But glass bottles, yes, recycled. Broken glass, no for recycling. So that would go in the trash. But this is an intact glass bottle. I don't understand. That's one of the confusing things to me. They take it and then they break it, but you can't give them a broken one. I think it's the separation machine, how it gets separated. But glass into the recycling. Also, Glass jars, you can make a lot of things out of them. You can even use them as glasses and drink out of them. All right, let's keep going. Ooh, here's one I hate these. This one I just found. You can see it says class of 2020. Really unfortunate. Every graduation season, I find these all over the place. Sometimes they have a school name on them, and I found one. I was 40 miles away from the school when I found the balloon. Now, it could have been taken somewhere else, but the town that the balloon was, school that the town was from, was 40 miles from where I was. This is really frustrating. Cannot be recycled. This string here, this is really hazardous to birds. They like to build their nests out of it. They get tangled up in it pretty easily. We've had numerous incidents with osprey getting these tangled up. So you really want to, this goes along with the fishing line. It would be nice to recycle it, but make sure it's secure. Make sure it goes in the trash and stays in the trash. Make sure it can't blow out of the trash. Okay, cut up the ribbon, good idea. Okay, let's keep going. I've got, what do I have here? I have a cardboard box. Most people know, yes, cardboard is recyclable, right? Wait, it's not folded up. You have to cut this up, unfold it, and lay it flat. Flat cardboard is what they want. Let's do our best to get everything recycled, okay? Now, years ago, China used to take a lot of our recycling, and municipalities could actually sell their recyclable materials. Unfortunately, over the years, China has made it more restrictions on how much contamination can be in the recycling. So let's just say paper is separated out, but it's got other contaminants in it. You put the wrong things in, then when it gets to China, they find things that they can't recycle in it. So they've raised the standard, and Americans are not good enough at recycling to keep up with that standard. So now municipalities have to pay to get rid of our recycling. And that's a big problem that towns are having now. They used to make money off of recycling and put it into their budget. Now they're paying to get rid of their recycling, and that's a big change in your budget. So make sure we do everything we can. Make sure there's no plastic packing materials in your cardboard boxes. Okay, they usually come, especially Amazon, they put in all those little plastic bags, or even if they put in the peanuts. Some of the peanuts, I don't have one, but some of them are biodegradable. But make sure we do the best we can and not get contaminants into our trash. If you have a question, throw it in the trash, okay? If it's questionable for you, it's better to go in the trash because now you're not contaminating the recycling. If you think of it this way, you have this great thing of recycling. You put one thing of trash in there, the entire thing is now contaminated, and now it all goes into the trash. So let's do the best we can. Clinton Childcare again. Hello, guys. Hope you're all enjoying the day. All right, let's keep going. Got another plastic bottle, okay? This is some sort of, oh, this is from our first aid kits. Let's see what the number is. This is a number 2. Number 2 can be recycled, okay? It's 3 and 6 that are most municipalities don't take. All the other numbers, most places take them. But again, check your rules. I really think it's ridiculous, though, that I have to put on glasses and look around the bottle, it's usually on the bottom, but not always, and try and find that little tiny number. I don't know why they can't put that number on the label, like maybe right up here next to the logo, a great big 2, recycle 2, and then I would know where it goes. But this is a 2, so it can be recycled. All right, let's keep going. Here we go. I've got, these are good ones. A milk or orange juice container and a ice cream container. Okay, mint chocolate chip. Just got distracted by the ice cream. So you look at these and you think these are the same material, right? These should go together. They don't. The problem is this is a coated material. Most people think it's coated with wax. It's actually not coated with wax. It's coated with polyethylene, which is most of the plastics that we've been recycling. The polyethylene that they use on milk containers and containers like this is biodegradable. It will. So what they do with this is they put it in a giant machine, like a milkshake maker, like a mixer, and they pulp it up. The polyethylene in this will pulp up and separate. The polyethylene that they use on this will not. This is not recyclable. Okay? So you need to check. Usually a drinking container like this is recyclable. Don't just go by the feel. Look it up. Make sure, again, that you're doing the right thing. And if you're not sure, put it in the trash. Okay, so this is trash. Milk carton, or in that orange juice carton, not trash. All right, let's talk batteries. Batteries, this is a tough one. If you look online, you'll find most places say that this type of battery, alkaline battery, you can throw it in the trash, okay? I wouldn't suggest that. This is not the best thing to do with this because it can contaminate, and it's just not a good idea to throw this in. Lithium batteries, lithium ion or just lithium battery, these are extremely toxic. So I read one time that if you throw one of these, this little tiny battery, a button battery, into a landfill, when it starts to break down and decontaminate, it will spread over 5 acres. I think they said 5 to 7 acres they can find the contaminant from one of these little button batteries. So I say all batteries, find a specific battery recycling location. Do not throw them in your trash. They cannot be recycled in the normal single stream, but please find a place where they can be recycled. Okay, I see a question that is a very good question. Should caps on the orange juice and milk containers be left on or off? And can they be recycled? So typically, let's bring it back out. And there's still a little plastic there. So they don't mind this little amount of plastic. If the cap is left on a bottle, let's just jump ahead. We've got another bottle. If the cap is left on, this whole thing can be recycled. If the cap is off, the cap goes in the trash. It's a different plastic, and the bottle can be recycled. Okay? Again, it's way too confusing. But if the cap is left on, yes, it can be recycled. If the cap is off, the cap goes in the trash. The container goes in the recycling. This bottle, recycle, yes, but again, this can be returned for a deposit, at least here in Connecticut. And I would donate this to a charity that collects and recycles for money. Okay, let's keep going. All right. Pizza. I love pizza. Pizza boxes. Now, they always say you can't recycle pizza boxes because the oils that get in there makes them non-recyclable. But look, my pizza box is clean. Doesn't matter. The recycling plants, they're going to see this and they're going to say, okay, that's a pizza box. It's probably got oil in it, and they're going to junk the whole thing. You've contaminated another lot. Okay, these get bundled into lots, and when the contamination reaches a certain level, the whole thing goes into the trash. So I would like to be able to say, oh yeah, throw your pizza boxes in the recycling, but let's err on the side of caution. Give our recycling less of a chance of being contaminated, and we're going to throw our pizza box away. All right, let's keep moving. I've got a styrofoam cup. I have searched for a place that can recycle styrofoam. We find styrofoam in our salt marsh. Not this kind of styrofoam. Ours is a high-density styrofoam that's used on docks to keep docks floating. And I cannot find a way to recycle it except to reuse it in the case of the big styrofoam. So this is definitely trash. And again, we're going to do a program where I talk about how these are harmful to the environment, but I'll also at that program, and we'll say it now, please consider using a reusable bottle. All right? These are fantastic. You can put whatever you want in them as often as you want. You have to wash it. Big hardship there. It's not really. But this is really bad for the environment. So let's try not to use styrofoam. I've had this one a long time. It's actually getting kind of hard to find styrofoam cups, which I like. I like that. Straws. What about straws? Straws cannot be recycled, ever. The plastic lid that goes on this, I think I don't know what the number is, but it's not a 3 or a 6, so that can be recycled. But the straw, never. Again, complicated. You think they're made out of the same material, so they should both be recycled, the lid and the straw. But no, lid is recycled, straw is not. Okay, let's keep going. Speaking of plastic, these takeout containers that you get from the restaurant. So look on the bottom. Can you see the number? I can't. All right. I searched for the number on this one before I came on the air. Came on live with you. All right. The number is so tiny. You don't even know if that's not going to show up on camera. I need a magnifying glass to show that to you. That's the number. That to me is absolutely ridiculous. And it is a number 5, so it can be recycled. Yay. The lid, however, I could not find a number at all. So that means I have to separate because I don't know. I don't want to contaminate my recycling. So this is going to have to go in the trash. This can be recycled. 5 can be recycled. 3 and 6 for most municipalities. Again, I'm going to ask you to check your municipality. Check in for questions. No questions. Okay, how about the frying pan? Where do I get this stuff? A frying pan. I would like to say, yeah, throw it in the recycling. Absolutely not. This is not the type of metal that a single stream recycling unit or facility can handle. They can't handle this. You can bring this to a really metal recycling location. Absolutely. But if we're choosing between recycle and trash, this is going to have to go in the trash so we don't contaminate our recycling. Any questions? Not yet. All right, let's keep going then. All right, we've got a Pringles container. Cardboard, yes, can be recycled. Metal, yes, can be recycled. Lid, no number on the lid, so have to be trash. But again, mixed metals that are attached, can't recycle this. The recycling facilities can't separate it, so this can't go in a single stream facility. So we have to throw it away. You notice my garbage can is getting very full. All right, let's keep going. I've got some interesting things here. A diaper. Nothing recyclable about a diaper. Especially used diaper, so that's going to have to go in the trash. That's actually part of another program where we do a program with kids. They have to try and estimate how long it takes things to biodegrade in the wild or in the environment. So that's why that's why the diaper's there. All right, we've got cardboard boxes. Now, if you look inside the cardboard box, this is a brown or gray paper, and this is a white paper. Okay, now years ago that mattered. The color of paper made a difference. Nowadays it doesn't matter. you can recycle both of these cardboards. They're different kinds of cardboard, but they can both be recycled. But they also both have to be flattened, okay? I'm not going to do it because we're going to use these for programs, but both of these are, yes, into the recycling bin. And what else do I have? All right, I've got a couple of other white paper. Again, if you're as old as I am, you remember when certain papers could be and other papers couldn't be. White paper was a yes, colored paper was a no. Doesn't matter anymore. Paper can be recycled. Paper towel tube, just cardboard, that can be recycled. And my last item is a lid for one of those takeout containers, and this one has a number, and it is a number 6. So I think this is the first 6 I got. 6 cannot be recycled, so that needs to go in the trash. People find plastic, they think it's similar to other plastic, and they just throw it all in the recycling. Again, we're contaminating our recycling. It makes it harder for the facilities, and then they end up throwing the stuff in the trash. Read the numbers on it. It is a pain to find the numbers. This one is actually big enough that you can read. I can read it without my glasses. Some of them are super tiny, like that other one. Read those numbers and recycle accordingly. Okay. That's all of the trash or not that I have. So that's the name of our program. It's trash or not. All of this is trash. All of this is not. This is all going to be recycling. And then we've got some things that we're going to donate or recycle in another way, like the batteries. And again, if you look, some places say that they will take these batteries. I encourage people to bring them to specific battery recycling locations. All right, do we have any questions? Let's see. Cleaning products and emptying bottles. Yeah, I mentioned it for the first ones, but all of these, you want to clean them as best that you can. Some of them, like the glass, they just put the lid on it. You don't have to rinse it out completely. I just try and rinse them all out the best that I can. And I see someone saying, it's so difficult. It is, and it doesn't need to be that difficult. I don't understand why it's so difficult sometimes. What about the wax paper inside the cardboard box, like the crackers? So yeah, it's not in there. I should actually get one and put it in here. That's a really good point. The plastic bag that was in this is trash. So you need to separate those out. Again, even a mixed material, if you left that in there, then you're contaminating your recycling. So separate those out. Just like you take them out of the packing, you take the packing plastics out. The other things bags that are in this also need to be separated. Lysol or laundry detergent. So detergent bottles can be recycled, and like an aerosol spray bottle, I'm pretty sure that one is in the non-recyclable category. Let's see what else we have. Did I miss any questions? Recycling is a full-time job. It will pay off eventually. All right, excellent point. It really does pay off. It makes a huge difference. Again, if we can reach 75% of the materials that are recyclable are actually recycled, that's the equivalent of 50 million cars being taken off of the road. That's a lot of CO2 being put into the air that doesn't have to be put into the air. So, another comment about cleaning bottles. Again, rinse them out. Yes, you should clean them. I think I answered the straw one. So, all right. So I think that's it. If I've missed a question, we always try and look back at the questions and answer them if we see something that we've missed. I hope that you enjoyed this program. If you are a school teacher or know a school teacher and would like them to use our programs, they are accessible on the website, megspointnaturecenter.org, the virtual learning center. You can also use them off of our YouTube channel. We encourage these videos to be shown and shared as much as possible. These are all about education and hopefully making the world a little bit better place for our future generations. So, again, I hope you enjoyed this program. Tomorrow we'll have another program at 11, and our programs will continue Tuesday to Friday at 11 o'clock. And then tomorrow evening, 6:30, we've got a very special Reptiles of Connecticut program, which I'm going to be doing myself. We'll do that on Facebook Live and YouTube Live simultaneously. Please continue to follow us, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check the DEEP's website, Twitter, Facebook, to see if your local park is open and available. Remember, we've got smaller capacities at our state parks for keeping social distance. If your park is full, you're not too far from another park, so head out and find a park that is open. Enjoy the hiking and picnicking and swimming and all the other activities that Connecticut state parks offer. Thank you very much. This is Ranger Russ from the Meggs Point Nature Center, and I will see you next time.